When it comes to Minecraft, people like to believe that they've seen it all, especially when it comes to mobs. Especially when it comes to creepers, skeletons, or even Endermen. However, little known fact, there are so many more mobs out there. Most of them are the mobs that you just saw there, except in different forms. However, a lot of them have extremely low spawn rates otherwise. As for instance, did you know about the extremely rare wither skeleton spider? Or of course, the most rare mob of all, with a 0.00000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 43796914448% chance of spawning? We're gonna talk about all that and more here today on Baka Labs. Also, it's so sad, but we're not gonna be joined by Dropsy today. It's unfortunately. R.I.P. Dropsy.
Jerome.
Yeah?
I told you like 5 seconds ago, she's just going to Florida.
Oh, she's not dead? Coming in at number 1 is a mob that was just introduced in Minecraft 1.14. However, did you know that the fox can spawn in with one of a few different items in its mouth? Yeah, I know, that's news to me. But apparently it has a 20% chance to spawn in with an item that's either wheat, leather, or feathers. But apparently it has a 20% chance to spawn in with wheat, leather, feathers, eggs, rabbit foot hide, and emeralds as well in its mouth. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's spawn in a bunch of them, and hopefully eventually we can get one. Get out of the way, Fox. There we go. There it is. Look, we got one. He has a feather in his mouth. I literally did not know this. I've never seen one in the wild with any item in its mouth. And 20% is not even that rare, especially compared to some of the other ones we're about to see. Also, can you imagine how awesome it would be to catch one with an emerald in its mouth? Talk about hitting the lottery. Next one on the list is sort of like how sheep work, where basically you can actually get a brown panda as opposed to just the traditional style panda. Now, in order for this to happen, the main gene and hidden gene have to be brown for a brown panda. The genes are randomized, so the chances of finding a brown panda are extremely rare. This is what a normal panda looks like. Kind of like just in the real world, except much more pixelated and much more blocky. Now, this is what a brown panda looks like, which, to be honest with you, I have never once seen in Minecraft myself. I mean, the odds of finding one of these in the wild are just extremely beyond rare. So if you do, make sure you try and tame it at all costs. He's definitely going to be someone you want to keep around. Now, have you ever wondered in traditional Minecraft how you'd find one of these 3 heads? Well, the way it happens is by a Supercharged Creeper. It's a super rare event where lightning strikes a creeper and makes it into a charged creeper. The charged creeper look just like normal creeper, only they have a blue lightning aura around them. And when they explode, oh man, do they ever explode. Let me show you as a for instance. Now, luckily, Baka Labs is grief-proof, so no damage was done to the facility, but my head really hurts. Now, if you did that to a zombie skeleton or another creeper, you have a chance to get one of their heads to fly right on off, and you can use it as a trophy. Or you can wear it on your own head, like this, or like this. The next one on the list is another thing just like the brown panda, where I didn't even know this existed in Minecraft, but you have your traditional mushrooms, which of course spawn in one of the rarest biomes of all, the mushroom biome. Next on the list, just like the pandas, we have a mob that I didn't even know existed, and that is a different colored mushroom. Now, mushrooms alone already spawn in the most rare biome of all. However, most of the time, they look like this. The cool part is, though, is that if they get struck by lightning, much like the charged creeper, they get a completely different graphical design. Now, that being said, they don't explode like the charged creeper or anything, but look at that! It's actually really unique, and something that I didn't even know up until, well, doing this video. Of course, just like traditional mushrooms, you can either milk them or get a nice old bowl of mushroom stew. Now, the next thing on our list is an extremely rare event to happen. However, through the use of Endermen that are carrying pumpkins, you can actually have them go ahead and spawn in iron golems and snow golems. So, this is very rare, but when you spawn enough of them around a pumpkin, there is a small chance that they will pick up that block. Now, because that chance is so small, we have a button as well right next to this one that'll automatically make the Enderman spawn in with it. So, as you can see, they're largely uninterested with the pumpkin. However, if we spawn one in with the pumpkin, there's a chance that they will go and be next to one of these golem things and place it down on top in order to spawn them. That being said, it is very, very unlikely. However, there's a small chance they might do it, so who knows? We might let these guys stick around for a while, and maybe they'll do the thing. Coming in at number 6, we have a bunch of different types of fish. Now, the cool part about this is that 90% of tropical fish are one of 22 common variants. There's only 10% have different size, colors, or patterns. However, because of those variants, there's over 2,700 unique varieties out there. These are the popular variants. You have red gray snoopers, red light gray gray, blue gray flopper, and the list just keeps on going. So I'm going to spawn on one of my favorites, which is the purple and yellow one, which I think looks absolutely awesome. Look how cute he is. To show you another one of them, we have right there the red and white one. Either way, there's so many different combinations of fish, and that's what makes them so special in Minecraft. Next up, we have the rare wandering trader villager. This is a mob that you've probably heard of before because he has a 1.5% chance to spawn every 20 minutes. Now, the catch is that if he doesn't spawn in that first 20 minutes, then it goes up by another 1.5%, and it continues to do that all the way to a max of 7.5%. So eventually, if you play Minecraft long enough, you're going to find them. Now, the other cool part about them is that when they spawn in the wild, they usually come along with 2 llamas that you could tame or take for your own. Of course, if you want, you can also trade with them. They have all sorts of strange trades, so you can get podzol from this one, as for instance, vines, sugarcane, blue orchids. Their trades are never the same. They're always random and extremely weird. Coming in at number 8, we're starting to get to the extremely rare events in Minecraft. Now, all you need is a lightning storm, which doesn't always happen all the time in Minecraft, and then you have to have a skeleton horse. And once that skeleton horse is struck, so as for instance, the skeleton horse here, it will then automatically become a skeleton trap, which is basically the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. How cool is that? 4 horsemen, all with enchanted bows, all with enchanted helmets, and they, of course, have a skeleton jockey on their back. I mean, honestly, they're one of my favorites. I've never encountered one in the wild, and honestly, I could probably play Minecraft for years and years and years and never would find them. The odds are just so unlikely that it makes for one of those cool events in Minecraft that you just have to get lucky to see. Now, next on our list is a type of sheep. Now, of course, sheep are not that rare in Minecraft. However, did you know the pink sheep only has a 0.164% chance of spawning? How insanely low is that? So a black, gray, and light gray sheep has a 5% chance, brown sheep has a 3% chance, white sheep has an 80% chance, and then you have the pink sheep. This is what a pink sheep looks like for those of you who have never seen one before. Now, alternatively, of course, you could also just use pink dye and dye a sheep that color, but what's the fun in that? It's all about randomly finding those pink sheep. Now, this is one I have to admit I have seen in Minecraft myself, although a bunch of these other ones, honestly, I don't think I've really seen before. I've seen a wandering villager, I've seen the pink sheep, but coming in on number 9, that's pretty much it. Thankfully, though, I have to admit I have seen an Endermite. So an Endermite has a small chance of spawning at 5% after you throw an Ender Pearl. It's not the most rare event in the world, but if you see one, they get really annoying. They don't really serve much purpose, and they're just very tiny. So as for instance, right here, they nibble at your ankles, and usually 1 or 2 swipes of a sword will take them out. So, kind of pointless, I know, but they're not the most rare thing in the world. So, I guess it puts me at 3 for 10 in terms of things that I've seen naturally spawn in Minecraft. Now, next on our list, we have the standard chicken. I know, it's one of the most popular mobs in Minecraft. However, don't let me stop there. Because did you know that when you throw an egg, there's a very small chance, only a 12.5% chance of it spawning in a single baby chicken. But wait, on top of that, there is a 1 in 256% chance of when you throw an egg, it's spawning in 4 baby chickens. Interesting enough, I actually just learned about this fact the other day on my How to Minecraft series. Go check it out. I'll have a link down below the description. But what happened in that episode was Captain Sparkles ended up throwing a bunch of eggs, and he got 4 in 1, which I didn't think was possible until my chat started telling me otherwise. So this is something that can happen. It's just insanely rare. Like that right there, that's normally what happens. A single one. Now, next up, we have the Spider Jockey, which is another one that I've seen in Minecraft, and I'm sure you have too if you've played enough. It has a 1% chance of spawning, so it's fairly rare, but 1 in 100 is really not like the most rare event in the world. If you played for a few hours, you'll probably spot one of these guys. Now, what does make them rare is that being a skeleton spawns on top, there's a chance for them to be enchanted, have armor, and all sorts of crazy things that can make it a less than 1% chance. So pretty much, there are tons of combinations of Spider Jockeys, and the rarity of them obviously changes depending on how much armor they're wearing, what type of armor, what type of enchants they have, and so on and so forth. Now, a crazy one in Minecraft is Spider Jockeys that aren't actually the skeleton. You can get a Wither skeleton, which is super rare, or a Stray skeleton as well. Now, as I said, both of these are extremely rare to find in the wild. However, apparently they do just have a small chance of spawning. I don't know what that exact rate is, but let me just say, it is very rare. Next up, we have a Chicken Jockey, which if you didn't know, is pretty much a baby zombie on top of a chicken. It's extremely cute, but rare event. Look, They're attacking a villager. Aw, isn't that adorable? Now, to give you some of the numbers on this, a chicken jockey only has a 0.25% chance of spawning. However, there is up to a 0.4875% chance of it spawning if there's other chickens nearby. So if you really want this event to happen, find a place for those chickens and hang out around there. It'll increase the odds by almost double, but still keep it a very rare spawn. Now, next on the list is another thing that I don't know if I've ever seen before in the wild, and that's a killer rabbit. When it first came out, it had a 1 in 1,000 chance of spawning. Then they raised it to 1 in 2,500, and now it's rumored that it doesn't happen at all outside of special snapshots. This is the killer bunny. If you don't know what the killer bunny is, it looks like a normal bunny, except it has red eyes, and it'll attack you big time. Like, look at that, look at that. So, even though it might not have a chance to randomly spawn in the wild, it still exists in the game. You can spawn them in if you have a mini game, or if you have a map, or anything, really. You can just do it yourself. For those of you interested, this is the command to spawn it in, so if you ever want to get one of these for yourself, that's how you do it. And last but not least, on our list of rarest mobs in Minecraft, we have this special guy right here. It's a type of jockey, and it's a chicken jockey, for instance. However, look at how low of a chance it has of spawning. I literally don't even know how to pronounce that number. I don't know what that number is, but it is just so tiny. So what it is, more or less, is a fully enchanted diamond armor baby chicken jockey. Look at that. You have a baby zombie, which already is a low event. As we learned earlier in the day, it has only a 0.25% chance of spawning. On top of that, it's in full diamond clad armor, which also adds a varying degree of randomness. It then has a diamond sword, same thing adding on top of it. And then it has sharpness 4 on the sword and protection 4 on its armor. All in all, this just doesn't happen. Like, in all seriousness, that number is so low, it is very possible that in the history of Minecraft, played across every single instance, all the time that everyone in the world has played so far, this just never happened. Now, I'm not going to be so bold as to say that it never actually did, but there's a really good chance it just hasn't. I mean, the stats show it. There's not even a remote chance of this happening in your Minecraft world. So if it does, please screenshot it, record it, save the Minecraft seed, let everyone know, because you might have found the most rare mob in all of Minecraft. So those right there are some of the rarest mobs that Minecraft has to offer.
Jerome,
Yeah?
you forgot one.
I did? What's that?
A fried baka.
What do you mean a fried baka? Is that